So, um, since I made my last video, I've just continued to realize new things, and it's starting to become more and more clear to me, sort of why I was stuck for so long, and what is helpful um, to get yourself out of um, a state where you feel like you don't have a voice and you don't have um, I don't know, like the things you want in your life. Um, I think we, I think a lot of people have a tendency to not give themselves permission to be alive. They at least there's like a tendency to shell yourself out and make yourself I don't know, like a lack of belief in oneself, I guess. And I think it's important for anybody to make sure that they have some kind of creative outlet, some kind of way that they can speak and be heard on some level, or allowing yourself to be heard for yourself. Because being heard doesn't necessarily mean being heard by other people, but it means accepting your own voice for yourself. And I'm not sure if this is true, but my suspicion is that people won't really listen to you until you believe in yourself, what you're doing and what you're saying. It sort of goes along with the principle that people talk about sometimes, that others can't love you unless you love yourself. I think it kind of goes against that, against those lines. And also it connects to the law of attraction as well, where in order to have abundance on the outside, you must have abundance within as well. So and I've always known that intellectually for a long time, but I never really knew how to do that, because I had so much shame and so much insecurity and things like that. So I didn't really know what it meant to be abundant. I was trying to accomplish abundance by thinking about things, analyzing stuff, but that's not where it comes from. It comes from believing in yourself and allowing yourself, giving yourself permission to do the things that you want to do, to be the person that you want to be. And that comes organically. It's not like you have to force yourself to be yourself. You just are yourself. It's just getting rid of the stuff that is preventing you from being that, which is the doubt in yourself. You don't have to doubt yourself, and you don't have to delete the doubt. It's not a matter of deleting it, it's changing it. It's not putting focus on that anymore, and instead focusing on the fact that you are worthy of what you want to do, whatever you value, whatever you want to accomplish. And maybe you don't know what you want to accomplish or what you value, and part of knowing those things, I think, is believing in your own voice and believing in yourself, because everybody has things that they love to do. Everybody has things that they're passionate about, and so it's a matter of just following that. And if you don't know what those are, it's probably because maybe you aren't really sure of yourself, and you're not really sure. You kind of doubt yourself, or you feel like you might maybe you're even ashamed of yourself. That's something that I was, for sure. And so I guess the thing is, like, you just have to change the way you view yourself, and try to go about the fears that you have and the insecurities that you have in a rational way. So you can deconstruct sort of the filter that you've created for yourself. Like, if social anxiety has been something that's been difficult for me in the past, so a way to deconstruct that would be like, oh, I'm worried about what this person thinks or what that person thinks. And it's like, well, realistically, are they actually thinking about me right now? Like, are they judging me? And the answer to that could be like, yeah, possibly they could be thinking about me. And then, but ultimately, like, does it really matter what they think of me? And on some level, yes, because like everybody seeks approval of other people. Like, we want to be wanted, we want to be loved. So there is that element, but it's recognizing the fact that, like, you don't need that person to love you. Like, you have other people in your life that you can find love from. Like, you can choose who you want approval from. You don't have to have approval from that one person that you're concerned about, possibly. And that's an idea that Brene Brown talked about in the Netflix video that she has on Netflix. I think it's called A Call to Courage. I'd definitely check that out. I mentioned it in my last video where I talked about my new sense of confidence that I have. And yeah, like, it's all relative, and deconstructing those patterns that have been there for so long. And you don't have to live there anymore. Like, you don't have to live in a place where you're anxious and depressed and self-loathing and things like that. You don't have to do that. You can choose a different path. It's just really hard to do that when you've been there for so long and that's all you know. But it's very possible to do that. So that's kind of what I've been understanding more and more after sort of that breakthrough that I've had. And I think I'm going to continue to understand things, and there's a lot more that I could talk about right now, but I don't want to go into detail right now with all of it. I'm developing a class surrounding some of this stuff. It ultimately breaks down to breaking down the understanding what your worldview is, your belief system, sort of like who you are as like a how you understand the world. And then when you can basically understand that aspect, then that's when you can start to work with it and then change it and do different things. The hardest part is understanding what is going on, and then knowing what to do to change that. So having the tools to be able to like change that aspect into something else. But it's really important to understand the root cause of what's going on, rather than just addressing symptoms, which addressing symptoms just keeps you in a perpetual state of where you are, because you're not actually changing your state, you're just putting a band-aid or suppressing the state that which you're in. So you're not really changing the view or the lens that you're viewing the world through. So that's kind of what I'm working on, and I'll probably talk about that more in later videos, because I'm kind of developing the class right now. But I'm excited, and we will see how everything kind of turns out. So yeah, that's pretty much all I have to say for today. So if you enjoyed this video, then let me know by liking or commenting below. And if you'd like to see more videos by me, then you can check out my channel, Informal Inquiry. and I've got videos posted there. You can click on the notification bell to get notifications, so you know when I'm posting a new video. So other than that, make time for yourself and take some time to find your own truth and self-expression. Alright guys, I will catch you in my next video.